Welcome back. Argentine football legend Diego Maradona arrived in Dubai late on Wednesday night to take up his new role as coach of the local Al Wasl club. The 50-year-old Maradona was greeted by club officials and happily posed for photographers before saying that he was delighted to be in Dubai. Maradona is expected to take his first training session sometime this week as he looks to lift the team from their current position of fourth in the domestic competition. Maradona captained Argentina to World Cup glory in 1986, while his last coaching role was with his country's national side. Jonathan Beaton, the South African UAE rugby player who has been lying in a coma after being injured in a boating accident, died peacefully on Wednesday morning at Rashid Hospital. A fall from a friend's boat on June 17 caused the 27-year-old severe head injuries and was declared brain dead in his final weeks. According to a local paper, Jonathan had only been married for 8 months, and his family and friends said he had always been looked up to, with a successful career and rugby record. Beaton's last rugby game was on May the 13th against Japan in the Asian Five Nationals, and despite the 111-0 win for Japan, John became renowned for his only attacking move of the match, falling inches off the try line according to his teammates. Liverpool manager Kenny Dalglish paraded his 4 close season signings at the club's training ground on Wednesday. England internationals Jordan Henderson and Stuart Downing, along with Scott Charlie Adam and Brazilian goalkeeper Alexander Donny, will be hoping to help improve on Liverpool's 6th place in the English Premier League last season and push for a place in the 2012-2013 Champions League. Henderson, a 20-year-old midfielder with just 1 appearance for England so far, was Dalglish's first summer signing in June from Sunderland in a deal reported to be worth £20 million. Liverpool begin their season at home to Sunderland on August 13. Brazilian football legend Pelé visited number 10 Downing Street in London on Wednesday, where he met young people involved in the Street League football charity. Pelé signed autographs and even had time for a brief kick-around. His rock star status ensured plenty of photo opportunities. The 70-year-old is in the United Kingdom ahead of Paul Scholes' testimonial match at Old Trafford on Friday, where Pelé will be on hand to support the New York Cosmos, who are taking to the pitch for the first time in some 25 years. Pelé is the honorary president of the Cosmos, having played for the club at the end of his career. The return of former Manchester United player Eric Cantona to Old Trafford is also a feature of Friday's testimonial match.
I was a little surprised because when the newspaper, when we used to read something, nobody knows how he is. He's so joking, all the time he's joking, but outside of them, he's a little serious now. But it's a big pleasure to be in the same team with him, and I hope we do something good for the comeback of Cosmos.
US Open champion Rory McIlroy said he is considering rejoining the PGA Tour just 9 months after opting not to take up his card for the 2011 season on the US circuit. Homesickness had been the main reason for his decision to focus on the European Tour at the end of last year, but he has since changed his mind, mainly due to the poor weather at last month's British Open. McIlroy clinched his maiden PGA Tour title in his rookie season last year at the Quail Hollow Championship. However, he ended his 2010 campaign by deciding he no longer wanted to play the mandatory number of tournaments required to retain his tour card in the US.
This week is a big week. It would be great to get myself into contention and have a chance to win, but ultimately you're really just looking to get the game in the best possible shape going into next week, the last major of the year. I feel as if if I can have a good one this week, get a bit of confidence going into next week, I could have a good chance of winning my second major. So that's the thought process that I'm going through at the minute.
And finally this evening, a team of Ugandan and French scientists have discovered the fossilised remains of a tree-climbing ape some 20 million years old in Uganda. The scientists discovered the remains on July 18 while looking for fossils in the remnants of an extinct volcano in Karamoja, a semi-arid region in Uganda's northeastern corner. A paleontologist from the Collège de France said preliminary studies of the fossil showed that the tree-climbing herbivore, roughly 10 years old when it died, had a head the size of a chimpanzee's, but a brain the size of a baboon's.
I would say this is a highly important fossil from that point of view. it will certainly put Uganda on the map. Uganda was already on the map, but this will now make it global, I'm sure. And a lot of interest will be generated by this in the scientific field, and I'm sure also in the cultural and heritage field.
Paleontologists from France have been visiting Uganda on expeditions funded by the French government for the past 25 years. And now let's take a look at the local and international weather forecast for tomorrow. Before we head out, here are the top stories again. Foreign and Commonwealth Office urges Britons to respect local laws and customs during Ramadan. Maradona arrives in Dubai to start his new coaching job. And Japan and China brace for Typhoon Mufa. Well, that brings us to the end of the bulletin. As always, we love to hear your comments. You can contact us at news@city7tv.com or by calling us on 04 367 2230. But from the entire news team, it's goodbye for now.